have the questions, we have the answers. Welcome to AOSD-Chandler, Assembly of Sound Doctrine Chandler. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to learning the ancient Hebraic mindset. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Make sure you comment, like, share, and hit the bell. Y'all have a blessed evening. Stay in shalom. So we're going to talk about real fast. If Isaiah 7 and 14 in context, is it the full preterist killer? When we talk about audience relevancy, is it the full preterist killer? So I'm not going to hold you guys too long. Go to verse 2, Isaiah 7 and 2 first. All right. And it was told the house of David, saying, Aram is confederate with Ephraim, and his heart was moved, and the heart of his people, and the trees of the forest are moved with the wind. And then said the Lord unto Isaiah, go forth now and meet Ahaz. Ahaz the king, right? Thou, and shear Jeshab thy son at the end of the conduit of the upper pool in the highway of the fuller's field. All right, so we got him dealing with Ahaz, right? Lord into Isaiah, go forth now to meet Ahaz. So can we clearly see that Ahaz and the house of David, these are two different entities? Can we see that first? Okay. So now we're going to go down to verse number 10. And the Lord spoke again unto Ahaz. Ahaz, right? Is that talking about the house of David right there, or Ahaz? That's Ahaz, right? Saying, now I want you to listen. We have to listen in order to understand what's going on. We have to listen. So this is what's said. Ask thee a sign of the Lord thy God. Sorry about that. Ask it either in the depth that's below, or in the height above. So the biggest part that people overlook, trying to say that this debunks full preterism with audience relevancy, is this first thing. The sign is going to be either below or above. See? Ask it either in the depth or in the height above. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, neither will I try the Lord. So he's not going to ask nothing about having a sign in the depth below, or he's not going to ask about having a sign in the height, which is heaven, above, right? So here's verse 13. And he said, hear ye now, O house of David. See, now Ahaz no more. Now this is something for the house of David. The house of David. Is it a small thing for you to weary men, that ye will weary my God also? So this is something about for the house of David now. Ahaz is part of the house of David. See, Ahaz right here, he's part of the house of David. But now the Lord is addressing, or Isaiah is addressing, the house of David. Now listen to what he says. It is a small thing for you to weary men, that ye will weary my God also. Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Who is he giving a sign to? The house of David. The Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, behold, the young woman shall conceive. This is the sign, and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Is this sign in the depth below or the height above? This sign that he's going to give right now for all the people who says audience relevancy. 100% I agree. Audience relevancy. And the audience relevancy right here, when the Lord was going to give them a sign, was the sign he going to give them? Was it going to be in the depths below or the heaven above? What do you think the sign is going to be? Because people automatically come to Isaiah 7 and 14 and make the sign right here be in the depths below. And the depths below, I think it actually represented Sheol. Uh, let me see if there's another version to show that the depths below actually represented Sheol. Oh, right here, right here. This is the ESV. Ask a sign of the Lord your God. Let it be deep as Sheol or as heaven. So we see that there's going to be a sign given. And the sign given is either going to be in heaven or below, right? That's what's going on right there. It's in heaven or below. The people come and make it be below. Nowhere does it say it's going to be below. In fact, there's actually hints that it's going to be above. But now, let's keep going on. Let's keep going on. The young woman shall conceive and bear a son and shall call his name Emmanuel. All of that is the sign. Curd and honey shall he eat when he knoweth to refuse the evil and choose the good. Now, I wonder why Isaiah is talking about some good and evil right here. Maybe there's something that happened about some good and evil before. Well, let's keep going on. Yea, before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land whose two kings that has a horror of shall be forsaken. So, before all of this sign is shown, the land would be forsaken, right? So they say that's the full preterist killer, and that's not about the Messiah, and there's nothing alluding to the Messiah. But once you actually go back into the tree of knowledge of good and evil, we find out that that actually happened inside of the Garden of Eden, which was inside of the third heaven, which was something that was happening above and not below. So Isaiah is actually trying to allude to what's happening in Genesis. But we're not going to go that deep. Let's just keep it to an elementary level. Okay? So now, the sign was going to be either in the depths below or the height above. So now, there's something in the ancient world called Maserat, which I was trying to explain to the brother, which I guess he said he didn't need to know it because for some reason his understanding of Isaiah is, I don't know. But y'all see that book right there? Y'all see it? It's called Mystery of the Maserat, and it wasn't created by a full preterist. See, this is just ancient knowledge that they knew about. So this is Mystery of the Maserat, right? Y'all see this right here? It's called the Celestial Code of the Stars. Let me see if it can pop up. the celestial code of Scripture using the Masoret. So, and he said, you see how you have to explain away the immediate context? I'm not even done explaining. I see how you want to jump to it and try to make it seem like that I'm doing something that you try to say that we do, because I guess that's going to be your point. But I'm not finna explain nothing away. I'm finna tell the truth. And I'm going to give information not created by full preterists. I'm just going to show the understanding, not by Christology or none of that. I'm just going to show you the understanding. So, and full preterists did not create this. It's not my fault that the non-full preterists did not actually study what people thought about it first. That's not my fault. In fact, the ancient world, the Jews from the ancient world thought that this was Hezekiah. So even the argument that people use today is not the argument that they used back then. The people back then even thought it was Hezekiah. So I don't even know when they're talking about immediate audience and stuff. Even the Jews back then thought it was somebody else, and not nobody that was right there in Isaiah days. No, but that's something new people do. That's the Americans. Americans do that. The ancient Jews did not do that. And if I need to show that source, I will show that source in just a second. That we have the source showing that the ancient Jews believe that that person in Isaiah 7 and 14 was King Hezekiah. So once again, and they're not full preterists either. So whatever understanding people try to use to say that we're not using immediate audience and stuff is because they don't understand what's happened immediately. So I'm going to show what's happened immediately in the audience when Isaiah was saying this, because it was going to be something in the future of Isaiah, because Isaiah clearly said the sign would be the virgin giving birth. So the virgin wasn't giving birth when Isaiah said it. So Isaiah is saying something that's going to happen future to him. Remember, audience relevancy, right? So to the audience that he's talking about, the audience that Isaiah is Ahaz and out of them, it was a prophecy was going to be future to them as well. So it wasn't going to be in the days right there, then and there. Everybody knew it was going to be future. They all knew it was going to be future. That's why it was a sign that was going to happen in the future. So everybody knew it was going to be future. When it said you, everybody knew it wasn't talking about Ahaz then. Everybody knew that. They all knew that. They all knew that. But anyway, let's show what this is talking about. All right. So I'm just going to give y'all the quick definition of Maserat, just real fast, and then I'm finna conclude what's going on. All right. So this is the quick definition of Maserat. Let me share my entire screen. Maserat meaning. Maserat. Can everybody see this? It states Maserat is a Hebrew word that refers to the zodiac or constellations that make up the zodiac. And they got it appearing in the book of Job and etc. The term Maserat may mean the 12 signs or the zodiac. It could mean a term for the zodiac or the constellations that make up the zodiac. The Bible attributes the Maserat to God. The Bible says that God created the stars and arranged them in star groupings that could be used for signs and for seasons. Hold on, let me say that. Let me say that again. Hold on. Did the brother drop out? He tried to leave already. Did you leave, Bleedo? Let me see here. He said right here, see, you see how you now have to explain away the immediate context? Now, did my brother Bleedo leave? Let me see. Let me see if he's here. Did you leave, Bleedo? I'm finna ask him the question. Am I still picking up? Can y'all hear me? Okay, bet he didn't leave. There you go, right there. Bleedo, when I go to this screen right here, does it say the Maserati right here? See, the AI right here, AI is not a full preterist either. Does the Maserati, is it saying right here, the Bible says that God created the stars and arranged them in star groupings that could be used for signs and for seasons. So you see right there, the Maserati, the signs in the heavens, the stars in the heaven is used for signs. Right? The Lord used the stars in heaven for signs. So you see it says it right there. The Maserati used for signs. The Maserati represents the constellations and the zodiac, which used for signs. So now we're going to go right back to Isaiah 7. And look what Isaiah 7 says. Ask thee a sign of the Lord thy God, ask it either in the depth or in the height above. Ask it on the earth or in the heavens. Ask for a Maserati sign or something on earth, right? That's what it stated. So now, let me give you a little scholarly information. Just a little scholarly information real fast. We'll give you just a little scholarly information. I want you to, let me see if this is going to pull up real fast. I know it's terrible. I know it's terrible. Hey, and watch how terrible this scholarly information is going to be as well. Watch how terrible this is going to be. Let me see if it's going to pull up. And it's a little lag going on. Okay, here.
Star. It was one of the titles that was given to the sacral priest, the sacral king in ancient Jerusalem. The morning star was Venus, and that very famous prophecy in Isaiah chapter, let me just turn that one up, Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son and call his name Emmanuel. And that seems to have been based on the actual state of the heavens in Jerusalem in the autumn of, I think, 731 BC, when the planet Venus was passing through the constellation of the Virgin. I had a paleoastronomer explain this to me once, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. But it was all there, and he gave me a date. And he said, oh yes, looking east from Jerusalem, this would have been. And he gave me a precise date, which would have fitted perfectly well. So,
is it still a horrible job? Is it still a horrible job? And this is why I was trying to explain to you. I usually don't try to debate people dealing with this virgin birth thing in Isaiah 7 and 14, because I know the people who's talking about it really haven't studied the information. I know you haven't studied it, so why am I going to even explain to you that that was a Maserati? That's what was going on in the sky. That's why they asked for a sign in the heaven above, and he gave them a sign in the heaven above. And when Christ came on the scene, what Matthew was trying to show you was that sign that was given in the heaven above is about this man right here. It was about the Messiah. So in other words, his story was written in the stars. That's what it's about. So yeah, I don't do the double fulfillment, and it happened in the days of Isaiah, and it was just prophet baby, and it was no, that's hogwash. That's garbage. That's not what they thought. That's why Matthew was able to say that that was the Messiah. And Matthew never once, or did anybody ever once say it was a double fulfillment. But now, here we go. The modern day people would say, No, that's not correct. It's all about what happened. No. So that's why I say I don't want to talk about it, because once you come against some full preterists, we didn't already study this stuff. See, that's why I can actually go to the clip. I saved this clip. See, I do a lot of researching, a lot of researching. So I had the clip saved. You know, it's like ammunition. It's plenty of things in this biblical gun that I can do at any time and blast off. It's any time. I got a whole. You can ask my group. It's a whole lot of ammunition we just got in clips that we're waiting to let go when it's time to let go. But I know people are just not ready for the information, and they're so eminent thinking that they have something that's going to stop full preterism, but they don't. It's just a lack of understanding how the ancient world operated. That's all it is. That's all it is. He said, I have no clue about what's written in the stars. I might not have a clue, but I got this book, and this book has a clue. The celestial code of scriptures. This book has a clue. I got this book, The Mystery of the Maserat, Prophecy in the Constellations. I might not have a clue, but this book got some clues. And then I can go over there to my book that got the lexograms in it. In fact, let me see if I got my lexigram book. He has a clue, so I might not got a clue, but I got some people that got the clues. So that's how I know what I can say. Let's see if I got my lexigram book over there. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. I don't got a clue. Come on, man. I didn't just pick up a book yesterday and say, let me be a full preterist. When I got up under William Bell, I said, hey, elder, I'm gonna take what you gave me and I'm gonna shake it up and I'm gonna explore it and I'm gonna expand it. He said, do what you do. So yeah. So I don't got a clue. What is he talking about, man? The things people say. But I know that, some people don't know this information, so they got to go to certain aspects and try to make it seem like that they understood it. So now we're going to attack my intellectual capability of buying books and studying books and etc. What my can't even find. I thought it was over here. I'll find it whenever I need it. If I have a debate, if I got to use it in a debate, I bet I can find it. But yeah, it's my what is it? My lexogram. My lexogram. Oh, is the lexogram in one of these? Hold on. I might be tripping, Bleedo. You're right. I might be tripping. I might be tripping. It might be. Yeah, the lexogram, my bad. It's in this book. The lexogram is in this book where he's explaining. In fact, let me just give you a couple of examples. Uh, they stated in this book that Adam and Eve was actually constellations first. Uh, the Noah's Ark was a constellation first. Samson, what happened with Samson and the jawbone was a constellation first. Christ walking on water was actually a constellation first. And I can go forth and go on showing how the things in the Bible was based off of the stars, the Maserat first, and then Christ came. Well, they were saying that Christ came and fulfilled the things that was already written in the stars. I mean, I can show that information if I really need to. I don't want to brag, but that's why I'm undefeated. You know, that's why I'm undefeated, because I took the word of God seriously. And let me quit sounding so prideful for the Lord. Let me get defeated one day by someone who shouldn't defeat me. Uh, but right now, all praises to the Most High. That's how I got my understanding. So when you say full preterist is wrong, I got a whole library over here to say full preterist is right. A whole library. Hey, didn't I tell? Hey, I told you. Y'all go back and check the post me and him talk. I said this is exactly what I told him. And when I give people the information, they go back and say that they already knew it. I told them that. I told them that. Go back and look at the conversation me and him had. I said, hey, and when I bring the information out, even though they ain't never said it, when I showed them the information, they swear up and down they already had it before. He just did it. I studied that in 2014. So you knew the information already. See, that's what I'm saying, man. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You're gonna tag me in the post where you are saying that Isaiah was part of the Maserati, and then you're gonna use that same post and say that proves full preterist wrong, when I'm going to use this same post that you said that you already got and prove full preterist correct. I don't even know how we are here, but yes, please tag me in that post. Tag me in that post. I would like to see it. Tag me in that post. Send you a link or what? No, you got to tag me in the post. So you're just tagging me in that post that you got 2014. You got to tag me in that post. And the crazy part about it is, if you knew the information, why are you creating posts that saying full preterist is wrong using that information? I'm on StreamYard. I'm on StreamYard. Hold on, let me see if I can do it from StreamYard. Invite, copy. Okay, hold on. I'm finna see how can I send it to you? Let me try to private chat you. All right, there you go. I sent it in the chat. Or do I got to send this? Hold on. Do I got to send the StreamYard link? I ain't never did it before. Go on YouTube. Well, hey, I tell you what. I tell you what. Let's set something up for Saturday morning. Let's set something up for Saturday morning. That give you plenty of time to find that link you was talking about. You're gonna tag me in. Let's set something up for Saturday morning. I'll be there Saturday morning. I'm finna go to bed. I gotta work in another 2 hours or something. So I'm finna take a nap. But we can definitely do a Saturday when I'm off. But I'm not gonna forget. In fact, I'll probably contact you Thursday to set up a time for Saturday morning. But that being said, if you knew this information already, then how are you using Isaiah 7 and 14 to speak against full preterism when Isaiah 7 and 14 doesn't speak against full preterism? If Isaiah 7 and 14 was indeed introduced in the constellation first before Christ came on the scene, and the Maserat was stories, well, in some of the Maserat, it was some of the stories leading up to the Messiah's um, presentation on earth, but you should know this if you have studied the Maserats. If you know this information already, how do you go around and then say that goes or talks against full preterism when it actually supports full preterism? We got to talk about that. I don't know about Bill Donahue or Santos. I don't know who none of those people are. I thought Bill Donahue was a person that did a talk show. That's not astrotheology. That's Masoretes. Masoret is Hebrew. So I don't know what you're talking about. And the Masoret talked about the Messiah. So once again, I don't know what you're talking about. It ain't the same thing. I, I think you make a lot of things be the same thing that ain't the same thing. I think you just say it's the same thing. I don't think it's the same thing. I just think you make it be the same thing. Okay. You said stars are stars, bro. That's like saying astrology and astronomy is the same thing when they both was looking at the heavens and what's going on in the heavens. What I'm saying is, if you knew the Masoret existed and you knew Isaiah 7 and 14 was part of the Masoret, then how do you use Isaiah 7 and 14 to speak against full preterism, talking about audience relevancy, when the Masoret was about a story in the constellation that happened at that time period, and it pointed towards something in the future, which the Masorets do. They're signs for something that's going to happen on earth in the future. I don't get it, but we'll talk about it Saturday. I'm just going to tell you, don't come with them elementary talking points. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're going to come to me, we're going to talk college level stuff. Now, but all them ologies and stuff, you can have that because I don't see nobody in the ancient world talking about that. But if you want to talk about ancient understanding and how they perceive things, let's go there. Let's go there. I'll be, man, you got me been out my watermelon. All right, let me get this hour and something to sleep. I'm finna go ahead and go. But yeah, that's why I'm undefeated. That's why I'm undefeated. So usually when people come talking to me about this and that goes against full preterism, I got 100 and some documents that supports full preterism. So I did that on my own research before I even started teaching. I knew full preterism was true before I made the first video. All right, y'all. That's how you defeat somebody who tried to use Isaiah 7 and 14 against full preterism, talking about audience relevancy. You show them how the story was set up in the constellation and how it was fulfilled through the Messiah. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's the Messianic prophecy. So all Messianic prophecies, well, a majority of the Messianic prophecies can be found in the stars. All right. I think that's enough. Y'all saying shalom.
Thank you for clicking on the video AOSD-Chandler. This is one of your favorite biblical instructors from rpk-resurrection, prophecy and kingdom. You know, one of your favorite biblical groups out there that's teaching the Bible from the ancient Hebraic mindset. Please also check out the other motion that we have going on. Go to Amazon, check out Instructor Joe Wad's book, Give Credit When Credit Is Due, Credit Building for Kids. Also go to Instagram, where we have Instructor Michael Israel providing a product for a healthier lifestyle. Go to Alkaline Is Life Shop on Instagram. And if you have not, make sure you cop the book, The Circumcision and Uncircumcision of Genesis chapter 1, Mystery of the Gardens Revealed.
Lord Ministries.